Hello, I'm Brian Lerman, Director of Operations at Intrepid Bioinformatics. This video is intended to be a high-level overview that demonstrates some of the major features of our system. To start off with, I'm going to log in using a public user account. Public users are free accounts that are available to anyone who visits our site. Once you've created your public account and logged in, you'll be taken to the search screen. There are different searches available, including the gene search, polymorphisms, genomic region, and the sample search. In this case, I'm going to use the gene search. If you know your Entree ID number, you can search for that directly here. Alternately, you can select a species to look at. We have several species publicly available. Additional species are being added over time. I can further narrow the search down by looking at a specific gene or protein. In this case, I'm going to enter the prion protein, or PRNP, and not select a species. As we can see here, this brought up multiple prion proteins across multiple species, and expand that. And we have multiple assemblies available in this case. I'm going to use the UMD3 assembly for this example. Additional assemblies may be uploaded over time. Once I click on that, I'll be taken to the browser page, which allows us to browse our gene or specific protein. As we can see here, we've got the chromosome, repeats, polymorphisms, and translated and untranslated regions. And I could investigate this information further by clicking on the various areas. I can also zoom in, or I can investigate different regions by changing this here. I could also investigate the full sequence by clicking here. There are other features available, but for this demo, I'll just keep to the basics. Looking further down, we see the feature browser, which allows us to investigate specific regions of this protein. Scrolling down, we see that there is a polymorphism here that has 203 genotypes associated with it. So I can click on this to expand and view all 203 genotypes and their alleles and other information related to it. Further, I can examine this even closer by clicking on genotype details. This will load trace data for this particular genotype, which I can investigate here and view the specific trace data. There are other features available in the feature browser as well, but I will save those for another video. Now I'm going to log out and return back to our home screen. And now I'm going to log in as a private user. Private users are paid subscription accounts that give the user access to a host of new features. So once I log in, you'll see that there are a lot more options available. Once I've logged in, I'm taken to the admin panel. This is where I control many of the features available, but we'll talk about this at a later time. As you can see here, the search options are still available, just like with public accounts, in which I can search on all the publicly available genomes, as well as any private data that I've uploaded myself or that has been made available to me. Uploading files is a fairly simple process. Simply go to upload a file, and I'll be taken to a screen that has a very handy applet for uploading my files. I can choose to select files in the traditional sense, or I can simply drag and drop files into this box, and it will begin the upload process automatically, provided that data is in supported formats. Depending on the size of the file, it may take a few seconds to a few minutes to upload, but once it's uploaded, I can go to Uploaded Files and view the files. Here we can see two different files I've uploaded in the past with their description and who uploaded them and when they were uploaded. I can also download the file in its original format if I desire, or I can share that file. With the share button here, a screen will pop up showing me who I have to share with. In this case, our founder, Ted Kalbfleisch, is a collaborator of mine. I could share my information with him. And then there's a user group that has multiple users associated with it that I could share there as well. I could choose any combination here, submit it, and then once that share is approved, those users would be able to see my information. If I desired, I could also publicize this information. Of course, this is not something you wish to do unless you're absolutely sure, and there is a confirmation process, a two-step confirmation process, to ensure that that's what you want to do. Once publicized information is out there, it is very difficult to retrieve, if not impossible, and is available for anyone who comes to our site to view. Going to the security page, we can see how we can control who has access to our information. There are three different levels of ownership of data. 4 if you count yourself owning your own data. You can collaborate with another user. This is the first step. By typing in an email here, that person will be sent an invite to Intrepid. Once that user has created an account, if they don't already have one, they will be able to log in, accept a collaboration request, and then we'll be able to share data back and forth with you. As you can see here, I've already become a collaborator with Ted Kalbfleisch, which is why his name appeared earlier on the share screen. Once collaborations have been accepted, you can share files directly. There are also proxy editors, which give users additional control over your data. They're able to curate and edit it, as well as proxy owners, which give them the same power that you have over your own data, which includes the ability to remove it, share it, and deny any request for sharing data. Collaborators, proxy editors, and proxy owners can be deactivated if you no longer wish to share information with them, or it's no longer necessary to do so. Returning to the security panel, or the home page, we'll see some other features that we can work with. On the admin panel, we can approve the various actions that have been requested of our account. As we can see here, we've got one share that is awaiting our approval. The sharing process is a two-step process. I have to first select who I want to share it with, and then I have to come to this screen and approve it. This two-step process is in place to ensure that you do not accidentally share information you did not intend to. So I can approve this share or deny it. If there were proxy editors or proxy owners with access to my data, they would also be required to approve or deny this. So everyone who has ownership of the data is required to approve before it can be shared with other users. Additionally, the system works the same way with public requests. If I attempt to publicize information, there will be a prompt here that requires me to approve it to make sure that that's what I intended to do. When uploading files, if the data is not in precisely the same format that our system requires, you may be prompted to add additional information such as a description or other information that will allow our system to handle it and organize it for you. Down below, we see the different proxy editors, owners, and collaborator requests that have been made of us. If somebody wishes to collaborate with us, they'd enter our email, and an option would show up here saying whether or not we wish to accept this collaboration request. The system works the same way for editors and owners. There are many other features available in our system, but I will stop here and reserve those for other videos. Thank you very much.